Hey, good afternoon, VC. Doompaul here. Happy Saturday from Boise, Idaho. It is hot as shit. It's over 100, and I'm just not a fan. Um, Hope you guys' weekend's going good. Cheers. Couple more records to show you. Um, kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Got a couple records I purchased a long time ago and never listened to, so I figured I'd give it a go, and to some mixed results. Without further ado, all right, I'm going to start with a stinker, and when I say stinker, I mean it. Absolutely not a fan of this record, and it's by a band I've never heard before. It's called Throwdown, and Haymaker, and if that's not a terrible cover, I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what you call this genre. I don't know too much about the punk subgenres. I guess they tour on the Warped Tour and everything else. And it's kind of reminds me of like a cross of the worst parts of Pantera and just, I don't know, like a bro-off. I don't know. They're very, let's go out and fight and blah, 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 and I don't know. It gave me a headache. I listened to the entire record. I was quite tempted to shut it off a couple of times. This is one of the records I found actually I found for $1 in a thrift store find, which included some rad stuff like Toxic Holocaust and stuff like that. And this was one of them. And I mean, it was like a Camel record. I figured out, why not? And for $1, it was worth it to listen to once, I guess. But let's talk about things I don't care for. Nonsense machismo. That's what you're getting with this, and a whole lot of it, and just a lot of, I don't know. I guess they're a straight edge band, and whereas I have nothing against straight edge people at all, I find their arrogance to be overwhelming, and sometimes it really comes across here. Not that that I've been able to tell had much to say about being straight edge. It's just that whole, I don't know. I don't even know. I didn't like it. I did not like it at all, and I will not listen to it again. So there. Okay. Next was a pleasant surprise. And I remember this record as from when I was growing up, and I never bought it because they just weren't my jam at the time. Ministry, Filth Pig, and I put this on, and I was blown away with how much I really dug it. Industrial has never been at the top of my list of things to go out and purchase, but I really, really enjoyed this record. It was a lot less industrial and a lot more rock and rolly. I mean, it wasn't exactly like, chorus, verse, chorus, song structure or anything like that. But it was a really good record. And I've heard some of Ministry's other stuff that was a little bit more industrial, and I didn't have a problem with it. I just, it never just grabbed me and made me go on. But I don't even remember when I picked this up, but it's been sitting in my collection for a long time, and I've never listened to it. And I just put it on the other day, and I was like, well, damn. It's nice when you get a pleasant surprise now and then. So, Next, another stinker. Um, what would you expect from a band called the Ozark Mountain Daredevils? I would expect mountain music, probably pretty high energy, um, with some crazy fiddling and jug playing and stuff like that. Well, no, that's not what you get. What you get is a combination of what sounds like a Paul Simon record mixed with like just any generic 70s, like an America record, or I don't know, the ballads are just grating, and I didn't actually get through this one. I picked this one up in a dollar bin, I don't remember where, and I should have bought a taco, because this is a stinker. There's one song on the end of side one that actually sort of lives up to the Ozark Mountain Daredevil name, whatever that would be. That sort of, country and bopping and mountainy and stuff like that. The whole rest of it's just these really terrible ballads, just foul. And I couldn't make myself listen past the second song on side two. And that's rare. I'll usually sit through anything, but this was just like, I don't know. It was just terrible. In fact, I'm tempted not to put it in a bag. No, that's not true. I'll put anything in a bag. Anything. Okay. Next, The Damned, Phantasmagoria. So I don't remember this record from growing up. I never actually owned it, but all of my friends did, and they constantly played it. And, I knew some of the songs, and I kind of knew what I was going to get into with this. I like the Damned's earlier punk stuff, but I knew they took it down sort of a more gothy direction. Long story short, first side of the record, meh, okay. It's got The Street of Dreams, Shadow of Love. By the end of the first record, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have bought this. This wasn't great. And then I put on the second side, and the second side, man, blows away the first side. Just songs like Edward the Bear, Grimly Fiendish, Is It a Dream, The Eighth Day. The whole second side of the record. Powerful, great stuff. Of course you have Dave Vanian sort of like trying to be, I don't know, slick vocals. But this has got Rat Scabies on it. It's got Captain Sensible. And a funny story. Me and a couple of buddies in Rhode Island went to see the Damned show, and we ended up back at the hotel with them partying. And it was a lot of fun. Went in there, and Captain Sensible and Rat Scabies, they were cool as hell. They were really, really, really nice guys. And there were 5 of us, and we were probably 18 at the time, or maybe 19. And we were just hanging out, and we followed them to the hotel, and they let us in their room, and we were hanging out and stuff like that, and it was pretty cool. Dave Vanian wouldn't leave his room. He wouldn't come to the party because he has feelings about things, and whatever. But the rest of the band, man, they were fantastic, and they were really, really cool. It was kind of cool to do. So there's my famous 18-year-old story. Final record is one that's been in my collection for a while, and I've kind of passed over it because, I'll try to go for stuff I don't know all that well. And I was really surprised that I didn't know this record at all. It's a Deep Purple, Who Do We Think We Are? I think a lot of times I'd pick it up, I'd look at the track listing, and the first song was Woman from Tokyo. And I was like, if I never hear that song again, it'll be too soon. And I'm right about that. If I never hear that song again, it'll be too soon. It's been a staple on classic rock radio now for ages, and I think we've all heard it a million times. But what I forgot is this record came off of like such a hot streak for Deep Purple. You know, this came after Machine Head and the other and Fireball and stuff like that, and then came this one, and the whole rest of the record is absolutely stunning. Some of the best rock and roll, just straight rock and roll I've heard in a long time. I've actually listened to this a couple of times this week, and what a terrible cover this is. Just a terrible cover. It's like it's printed so it looks like it has damage. Like water damage on the bottom. I don't know what they were going for, but I think they had a budget of maybe $17.23 that they could spend on the cover, and I think they only spent 4 of it. Take a good look at that. That's pretty bad. Maybe at the time it was cutting edge. I don't know, but the whole record, aside from the title track, especially like Mary Long, what a great song, and just the John Lord, my God, on the keyboards, what an amazing keyboard player. But Super Trooper, Smooth, yeah, I really like every other song on this record. The first time I played it, I played Woman from Tokyo, and almost turned me off again, just because nobody needs to hear that again. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I've been listening to this week. That's about it. I'm just going to sit here and sweat for the rest of the day, because it's over 100 degrees, and I'm going to complain about it to anybody who will listen. So So, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to go and listen to some records. Bye.